YouTube, we are back in business. How are you? Now, today's video is probably a little weird to see. This might be the last video I ever make like this on this game, and kind of has a close place to my heart because I think a lot of you guys found me from my tutorials like this. I'm definitely going to be making tutorials on the new games that come out, so don't worry about that. But today, we're going to skip all the bullshit like I've said in every tutorial we've had. So even if you guys want, turn on your game right now, just keep my video on, watch the whole thing, play it with me, and you'll see exactly what I do. And for any of you guys that do, by happen chance, still be going for camos, I'm going to show you a couple good spots on the new map. You can sit and kind of just through lineups go for these camos. Now, you don't have to train, you don't have to actively pay attention too much. I'm going to show you guys what camos you care to focus on and how to get them done the fastest. You guys could easily do this in one game if you want, or two, and I'm going to show you how right now. Before we jump into the camos themselves, I'm going to go over a couple things I think are super important that you should level up now with your crystals. Now, at least have your speed cola to tier 2. This gives you your field upgrades recharge 20% faster, which is going to help you sustain in kind of the lane that you're shooting the zombies in. You're going to want to get that back as fast as you can. Plus, just reloading speed helps when you're sitting in one area. Also, if you're playing on console, buying Deadshot Daiquiri is huge. It makes it so you can kind of utilize aim assist and get through rounds as fast as possible. And there's tons of damage buffs that it gives you. 50% to armor, 100% extra critical damage, increases overall critical damage by 10%, and each consecutive hit stacks a 2% damage bonus to a total of 20%. I mean, this perk is nuts. And then I would highly suggest Death Perception, being this is going to help you with armor penetration and salvage drop and getting weapon upgrades faster than you were before. Now, on my EM2, I almost have this thing done, so I'm going to get it done in today's video for you guys. Now, we're going to need 2,500 kills, 2,500 critical kills, 2,500 kills while it's Pack-a-Punch, 15 elite kills, 10 rapid kills, 3 or more critical kills rapidly, and then the last and final one, 20 kills without being hit 10 different times. Now, the only ones you guys are going...
Thank you.
Now, the only ones you guys are going to focus on are going to be these ones that you want to try and get done at the beginning of the game. The 20 consecutive kills without being hit 10 times. Get this done as early as you can in the game if your weapon is leveled up enough to do so. And then 2,500 critical kills. Now, the reason we want Deadshot is that's going to help us with headshots, but we want to be working on this one and getting as many headshots as we can as early in the game. Don't miss any if you can. Same with the Pack-a-Punch kills. We want to get Pack-a-Punch as soon as possible. Now, the other camos, the normal 2,500 kills, the 15 elite eliminations, and the 3 rapid kills, those are all going to happen naturally, so don't even think about them. Don't even worry about them. We're just looking at the 2,500 critical kills, Pack-a-Punch kills, and the kills without being hit, because that one can kind of suck. Now, if we do some math on that, it's going to take us 2,500 critical kills to finish Dark Aether in one game on a gun. Or you can divide that into 2 games and do 1,250 kills per game. Or again, if you wanted to do it in 4 games, and you usually can play it until about 20 until the game gets hard, just play until you get 625 critical kills, and then repeat that process 4 times, and that should be right around round 20 for you. So 4 games of round 20, about 2 games of round 30 or so, and then about 1 game of 45-40. Now, in my class, we're going to take Toxic Growth. This is going to help you kind of camp in a spot. I would level this thing all the way up because you're going to double the health of the growth, increase your charges to 2, increase them to 3 if you can keep going, and then you also get a little bit of extra damage on the zombies that walk through them, which helps you kill them with your weapon faster. Now, I'm going to be taking on my weapon Cryo Freeze, and this is why. So each bullet has the chance to proc Cryo Freeze, and that's on a 1-second cooldown. So this thing's going off way more than any of the other ammo mods. Also, another great reason to take Cryo Freeze is the points that this gives you is a ton. Every time you slow a zombie, it's plus 10, and then killing a slowed zombie is another bonus point. So you'll get your points racked up faster using this, which is nice. And with this, when you hit them, it freezes them, it slows them, it gives you more time to shoot more bullets and kill them. Not to mention, you get damage bonuses. Slowed enemies take 25% damage. It's increased to 5 seconds. Their speed's decreased to 50%. Specials can be slowed at tier 4, and when you kill an enemy, the enemy shatters, spreading the slow effect to 5 other enemies on a 30-second cooldown. Now, I know we're kind of going over a lot, but what I would take here is the armor barrel. If you plan on doing this in 1 or 2 games, it's going to help you guys get through those later rounds after 20 when all the armored zombies get a little tougher. As well as take the Tiger Team Spotlight. This is going to help with getting the most salvage as possible to upgrade your weapons. And then just take the biggest magazine that you can so you have the most ammo to use without needing to buy any more or reload. I like taking the Agency Suppressor just because it makes it so my gun doesn't sound so loud when I'm shooting a ton of zombies, kind of farming. So, pro tip. Okay, with all that being said, we're going to load into a game, and I'm going to tell you guys what you need to do. So again, in these early rounds, don't miss these headshots. We're going to try and get through these as fast as you can, right? Also, don't forget at every perk station you walk by, lay down and grab that loose change. The extra cash is going to help you get the power on faster. Every time I get the chance to open a new door, I'm just going to. Every time I get that money, we're just going to keep moving. Not forgetting the loose change. Hopefully, this should be my most, productive and efficient video yet. Compared to all the other videos I made on this topic. I know it's not really going to blow up like the other ones have, just because hopefully you guys all have the camo by now. which is a good thing. Hopefully I'm making this for a select few, just before the game ends and Vanguard's getting ready to release. So unless you guys are psychos, then you could just blow it up too. Who knows? This video might blow up. I don't know. If it's blown up and you're new, hello. My mustache is temporary. It's not a permanent thing. When I grow my beard out, my mustache is slower, so don't hate and sub, because pain. So there we go. After round 4, we have enough money to jump down. When the train comes, just kind of stay in this area, because all those fire zombies are going to jump out, and they're going to let you get some extra points. So try and get as many of those kills as you can before they die off, because they'll just die. Even if you can't get all critical kills, just get those kills in. That should give you enough to open the next 2 doors to get the first power started, which then we can go get the first Tempest. And we'll grab our loose change. Just ignore all those zombies. We'll get them to force respawn down at the second Tempest. So now, while we're doing the second Tempest, ignore the door that's right by the power and come through this one to access it. We're going to want to leave that door closed because that's going to help us with one of the spots I'm going to show you guys. Okay, there is that. So now, like I was saying, we're going to head into the power room, get that sucker turned on, but we're not going to be opening this door back here. We got that loose change. Don't forget them. There you go. We'll get that turned on and leave this door closed, okay? And like I said, I'm going to show you guys a couple different spots today, but first, we're just going to try and get our weapon Pack-a-Punch as soon as we can. So just come start the Pack-a-Punch process and fly through this. What you guys can do as well is those first little zombies that he's going to possess, they will die out. They will die out when he kind of dies, so get kills on them if you want. That's a bunch of early points and kills that you would have otherwise missed, so. Okay, that should be good. Let's finish him off there. I like to do that until I get about 5,000 points, because then I can immediately come and Pack-a-Punch. Also, don't forget to come and dig up all these ground spots on the sides of the turrets. This is going to give you a bunch of scrap and stuff we can level up our guns even sooner with. Also, another tip for you guys, if you have a double points and stuff, wait till your round's getting started so you can utilize it the most, get the most kills while it's on, things like that. We're going to run over here and level up our gun to green and blue. So there we have it. Blue tier already, as well as first Pack-a-Punch at round 7. Now the first spot I'm going to show you guys is going to be back here in the corner on the left side of Pack-a-Punch. This is going to have the fastest spawning zombie rate on the map. No zombies will spawn on your right. Every zombie that's going to spawn will be on the left as long as you're here when the round starts. If you're not here right off the rip, there might be some zombies, some stragglers that are going to come up on the side. So just get those guys killed, but once the round started and you're in this corner, you'll be good. Now the only problem is the spotlight will slowly come to you about once a round. Now immediately, before I buy Jug, before I buy Death Perception, I am going to be getting Deadshot, just because I want to be getting every headshot that I can. I don't want to be missing any, so we don't have to play later than we need to. Now one thing with this spot is the spotlight will kind of go back to in the corner and hold there. So once the spotlight is doing that, just let it do its thing, it will move on. It's about once a round. You'll kind of just need to get out of its way. But like I said, this spot is perfect. If you can get here at the beginning of the round, the zombies really don't spawn on the right side. And with Deadshot, when they jump in, it's kind of just like being in Penthouse. All you have to do is aim in and one-tap them. You'll fly through these earlier rounds faster than anywhere on the map. Now, the very next round, once we have enough money, I'm going to get Death Perception. So remember, that's just so I can start getting the salvage drops faster so I can upgrade my guns quicker, etc. I think you guys get it. Plus, it helps you can kind of see where all the zombies are spawning, right? So with round 10 starting, I'm not going to be leaving this corner. Now, before this round ends, I'm going to come over here and get my Cryo Freeze and then run up and get Juggernaut. I'm waiting to end the round just so I can show you guys that when you're in the corner, in that spot that I'm in, right when the round starts, you'll have no zombies that spawn on the right side of you. Everything will come from behind those barbed wire, walls. We're gonna let the spotlight go back into our corner and end the round. And now if you guys watch, since we're over here when the round starts, like I was saying, no zombies are gonna be spawning on the side. Everything will spawn from the left, and it's gonna be so fast. You'll fly through these early rounds. So as you guys can see, they're all kind of spawning at the same time. Nothing's really coming from our right yet. And I'm just going to aim in and aim out, aim in and aim out. We're actually going to grab that double points right there, just so we can get a little bit extra. Now, all that's left in this spot to show you guys is where I like to place my toxic growth. Before we do that, remember, we're going to grab our speed cola so we can unlock our field upgrades faster. Really, the order of the perks I get now would be speed cola, quick revive so I can gain my health back faster, and then stamina up, elemental pop, and mule kick, and tombstone last. I mean, just to show you guys kind of how easy it is at round 14, right? Like, Again, I only have zombies spawning on my left because I started the round in this corner. There's no zombies to my right. And I'm just one tapping. I'm not even using my toxic growth. But at the end of this round, I'll show you guys where I place those. We're just going to come out of the way of that spotlight.
Tagged and bagged.
The thing is too, is the spotlight will kind of get stuck there in the middle of the round, so the zombies are just going to continually run through it. You don't really have to get pushed out. And if you do get pushed out, you know, just do a little lap, go back, you're fine. As far as toxic growth, I like to put one on the right side here, just for if the spotlight does push me out, I can kind of kite over here and the zombies will walk through this one and give me some time to get away. But other than that, we want to get as close as we can into this back left corner. Place our first growth. So this one right here is good. It's as close to me as we can. The next one you want to do should be about lined up with this barbed wire. This one is a little too close, right? When they jump out, they're all going to land in that bush. That's going to, you know, get rid of the bush's health way faster because so many zombies are running through it from spawning. Alright, so for example, they jump out and that bush is already taking damage. Meanwhile, this one hasn't taken any. See, there's that bush destroyed. So we're going to just sit here and we're going to try and place one a little closer than we just had it. So with that bush being destroyed, we want to try and get one closer, right? Right about here. That gives us plenty of time to shoot the zombies that spawn here before they end up walking into our bush. So the bushes are here to protect us from going down. They're like, if we need to reload, it gives us a second, right? So we're spawning in the round. In this corner, all the zombies that are going to be on the map will spawn from our left. I have 30,000 points, so we're going to pack a punch our second time here. Go get our last couple perks, and then I'll show you guys two other spots that you can use. A quick revive and stamina and elemental pop, why not? Now for this one, we're gonna go back underneath. Now once we're in the sewers, we're gonna go up into the power room. I like coming right next to the crafting table. We're gonna place one bush right there and kind of another one and make like a square. Now, they're only gonna come out of these two windows. This one's gonna be a little bit closer, but you really just kind of flick back, you know, two spots. This one, very fun to do with teammates. Not necessarily an amazing solo spot, but if you're doing this with a friend, just come over here and have him place a bush and watch this left side, and then you can come over here and watch the right side. But if you're doing it solo and you want to mix it up, or you get pushed out of your spot, you can run down here and not really have any issues either. And again, the reason these spots are so nice is we kind of have our back to the wall, you know, so the zombie spawns are just so quick. The nice thing to remember about going for these camos, right, is only do what you can handle. So we're not necessarily trying to play to around 100 here, you know, that's not like a super viable option. We'd obviously die. It's going to get nuts. But playing those 20, 30, 40 rounds, you guys can definitely do this in the spots that I'm showing you. So don't see this spot and be like, oh man, like a lot of zombies are coming there really close. Like that's going to be hard at round 70. Because you're just not going to be playing that high. But yeah, like I was saying, I really like this spot for if you're playing with friends. If you're playing with friends, watching both sides is super fun to do together. It's very easy, and it gives you both enough space to get your own amount of kills and not really steal each other's stuff. Now I think for third pack-a-punch, we're going to head up to the third and final spot. But before we do so, something I always like having on me is this LT53 Casimir grenade. This thing's like the black hole, and if you ever get stuck in one of these corners while you're going for camos, it's nice to have on you. You just throw it at the ground, all those zombies will get sucked in to die, and you can skedaddle away and reset. My gun's still doing plenty of damage, but remember, once you guys hit round 15, 20, 25, once you hit those checkpoint rounds, you're going to get extra scrap bonuses. And then at the same time, I like to come over here and get my third pack-a-punch in. Now, if you get to this point in the game and you feel like you're kind of starting to struggle, if you're newer at the game or new to zombies, remember, you can do this 4 times and you only need to get those critical kills to 625. I have almost 700 eliminations, so if you're doing it a little bit better, you could get it faster than I am. But the nice thing is you pack-a-punched early, so that will offset the critical kills you're missing, and you'll still be able to get those done together. Now, this last spot I'm going to show you guys is from my boy LegoUnlocked. Seeing this on his channel, I wanted to have it on mine too, but I definitely wanted to give him a shout out because I probably would have found it on my own, but he definitely showed the world first, and I respect that. No different than my Colonel's office, you know, in Firebase Z. He's the one who found this location, so we're going to come all the way back into this corner. Now, all the zombies are obviously going to run at me in a straight line right here because I've been training them while I've been talking. But the nice thing is you'll have a window behind you. Now, when this zombie jumps out, it's going to kind of jump in your, you know, your path a little bit, but it can be a little wonky to kill him. So just pay attention if one jumps out, get that thing killed as fast as possible before he gets a little, you know, stuck on you in the corner. This spot gives you really good long sight lines to shoot at, lots of time to shoot, but the only reason it isn't my favorite is the zombie spawns are just a little slow. As you guys can see, they're spawning in the roof up there. They're spawning in the left side, you know, over here. But no different. The only zombies that are going to come out are from this window and then around that corner. So we're going to place a bush, you know, right past that so we have time to shoot at him. And then one that's super close to us. I won't lie, the beautiful thing about this spot is if we need to, you know, let's see. Let's let this Panzer overrun us a little bit. We'll kill the zombies until he gets here. So let's pretend this Panzer, right, is just overrunning us. We're like, oh, we can't stay back here. This rappel right here, you guys can kind of just take down. Just reset a little bit. All those zombies will force spawn out of there. It's going to be a little crazy. The Panzer will jump down, and you just go straight back up and get in that spot. All those zombies are going to spawn different again. And then you have time to kill the Panzer by itself, and you can reset. All those zombies are going to be spawning again. Nice thing is when the Panzers do spawn down there, you're going to have so much time to shoot at them. As long as you're keeping your weapons like really leveled up and kind of on pace, you'll be able to melt him before he can even get down here in these earlier rounds. All that we have left is our pack-a-punch kills, so we should be getting close to getting Dark Aether. We can kind of mix it up a little bit. I'll come back over here to this spot. There we go. We got the bushes placed, and now we're just aiming in, going for headies. When you're in this spot, the manglers and any elites sometimes might spawn to your right. So once you can kind of clear these zombies and get a set, just point at the mangler that's running at you and delete him and go back to your zombies. It's really just very patternistic. It's super easy. We have our spotlight, so we'll move out of the way a little bit. Now we're going to slide back into the corner. We'll completely have skipped it. Just to show you guys how flawless escaping that, you know, turret is. Just let it come, and once it gets to about here, just slide back in the corner and it'll go on its way. So heading into round 30 there, we're at 1,209 eliminations. So it's just like I was saying, if you plan on doing this in 2 games, get to that 1,250 critical kills, stop, reset, do it again. It's super easy. I mean, I'm literally still one-tapping these zombies' heads. Like, if you guys just follow everything I do and pick your favorite spot, you're not gonna have any problems doing these camos, I promise. I'm sure I'm like 10 kills away from getting Dark Aether and gold on this. There it is, Golden Viper, baby. Right at 1,250 eliminations. That's kind of funny. So yeah, that easy. Look at this. I mean, I'm not doing anything. It's just brainless. Turn this on, watch someone stream, watch some YouTube videos, have some fun, do whatever. Really, this doesn't have to be super hard, I promise. You guys can do it. Also, sometimes this might happen. When you rappel down this hole, it's a little buggy, but don't quit your game. Don't freak out. It will end. It's fine. Well, my game's getting a little freezy. Don't crash on me, Season 5, you garbage can. Just like that. That is all she wrote. Alright, there we have it. Golden Viper on our EM2. Perfect. Like I said, very easy, guys. Just follow literally everything I did in this video. I promise you won't get stressed out at all. Get that camo before the game ends. We still have a couple more months left of this game. So if you're wanting to even just get Golden Viper, Plague Diamond, or anything, just use exactly the strat I showed you. And for any, you know, launchers and things like that, just take those numbers that I talked about, cut them in half, make them smaller. But yeah, I hope that was kind of concise. I went over everything in detail. I think a little, maybe too much, but try not to waste your time, only give you guys stuff that's going to help you out. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a like, sub if you haven't yet. We're trying to get to 69K and 100K by the end of the year. Leave a comment, helps the algorithm out, helps people see the video that might not know us yet. And with that being said, have a kick-ass rest of your day if you're just starting it. Sleep well if you're ending it. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.